Hi there. I thought I'd just carry on with my market prep that I need to do. So let me know. Hi there. Welcome. Just been spending the last few days crazily making hats and things for the market because this weekend we have something called the Made in Maine market, and it's a Christmas craft fair, really. It always happens on Remembrance Day weekend, and I'm going to be in the community center with my stuff. And it's really kind of nice because I live on this small island, and we're going to, when we do the Made on Maine, welcome. Um, we also have a tour set up so that anybody who's an artist with a studio, potters, artists, all kinds of people who maybe make their own crafts at home, they can actually have people, they give out a map and people can go and visit the artists in their studios, or there's two places which have a craft fair. So I'm in the craft fair at the community center, and there's another craft fair happening at the agricultural hall, which we call the ag hall. And so I'm making, right now I'm busy making hats. You can see on the table behind me there's piles of hats. So I've done a lot of knit hats, and now I'm making these chunky beanies, which I do have the YouTube tutorial for, left and right handed. I'm just going to close this down. I don't need to see that. And yeah, we have the market in the summer from like May long weekend to October the 8th or 9th, that Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. That's when our summer market lasts. And then we have usually two markets for Christmas. We have the Made in Maine, and then we have the mistletoe market, which is in December. So hi there. Nice to see you. I'm Pam, and I'm busy making hats for the market this weekend. I went and I checked on all my colors, and I needed some ivory ones, so I made two ivory ones. These ones are, they come in two lengths. So there's a short length, and then there's a slouchy one. So that anybody who likes the pom-pom to slouch down a bit, they get that one. If they want the pom-pom to sit on top of their head, they get this one. So say hi, tell me where you're from, and let me know. Oh, if you want anything, disappeared. Um, yeah, say hi, tell me where you're from, and if you have any questions for me, or if you have any requests for YouTube tutorials for me, I just uploaded a YouTube tutorial for the messy bun hat version of these. There is a short video showing them in the shorts, and also I have a left and right handed tutorial up for the messy bun hat. It's like this, but there's an opening at the top. So it's called the Maisie Messy Bun Hat. Nobody's saying hi. There's three people here. Say hi. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. Just sewing in my ends, and then I'm going to put pom-poms on these. I have a whole basket full of pom-poms. I'm bad. I didn't let anybody know that this was happening. I just suddenly decided on the spur of the moment to do it. Hi there, Sarah. Hi, where are you from, Sarah? If you want to share that, you don't have to, but it's always kind of nice to know where people are saying hi from. Do any of you crocheters? Do any of you do craft fairs? Or you just crochet for yourself? So I did this white one. I need to do Well, this one I ran out of yarn just before the end, so I have these ends to weave in. Chattanooga, Tennessee, that's a great name. There's a song about that. Pardon me, boys, it isn't Chattanooga choo-choo. Wonderful, welcome. My mom used to love all those songs to sing a lot. And she'd dance on her own in the living room because my dad would never dance with her. So I just have visions of her doing 2 steps around the living room floor by herself. So yeah, Christmas, who would have thunk? Hey, I have a Gifts Galore blog hop running right now on my blog. If you go to carawaycrochet.com, my YouTube channel is called Caraway Crochet. If you go to carawaycrochet.com, you will see there's a Gifts Galore blog hop. And if you click on that, on the home page, you'll see a picture. Gifts Galore. Every day until the 21st, there's a brand new crochet pattern posted. And it's a free download. Sometimes there's a coupon code. Sometimes it's off the Crochet Designer's site. They're not all my patterns. There's a lot of different designers come together for the Gifts Galore blog hop. And today it's a really cute frog lovey. I mean, it's adorable. So you should go check it out. It's made by Cuddly Stitches Craft, I think. She's from England. And it's absolutely gorgeous little frog lovey. Yeah. Right. Do you crochet, Sarah? So I think what I'm going to do with these is sew the tags on them, and then I can put the pom-poms on. So I always put these little wooden tags on my crochet that I sell at the market. They kind of look like this. They're wooden, and they're made by someone in Canada. It's called Sweet Pine Hills. And they send me these little wooden tags with my name Caraway on them. Hi there. Welcome to my live. I just decided on the spur of the moment to do a live today. I didn't really let anybody know. I feel bad because there's a lot of people that come regularly and I didn't kind of put a notice out. I'm just busy doing a lot of things from the market this weekend, and I thought I might as well just go live and share what I'm doing. I'm busy sewing on tags right now onto these hats, my little wooden tags. They're like this. And they say Caraway, but I think it might be backwards because it's, how does it look? Yeah, it's backwards. But it's kind of etched into the wood. And people really like them. When they buy my hats, they really like to have the Caraway tag on there. So I sew them on. And I've got a basket full of pom-poms here ready to go on too. What do you think of this one? Hi. This is for like a 1 to 3-year-old, and I just love the color of yarn. And then I got this bubblegum colored kind of pom-pom. So this is a child one. I've got a lot of other children's things here. Look, these are knit ones. These are knit hats that I knit with the same yarn I'm making these out of. But this one's oatmeal. So these are newborn size. And here's a nice white one. And I make the pom-poms with my pom-pom maker in the pink. These people love these, and this is the same color as that one that I just showed you for the 1 to 3 year olds. Yep. Oh, it's not backwards to you guys? Oh, that's good to know. All right, maybe I'm not seeing what you're seeing. So those are the ones. And then I did some crochet hats for the kids too. Hi, Nana Stace. This is a really small newborn one that I put a white fluffy pom-pom on. And then I didn't make yarn pom-poms for these ones for the kids. I just put some of the small, because I have a lot of small faux fur pom-poms left over. And look at this one. How cute is that? Little one with a gray. One I spaced out and one I put them close together. Different people like different stuff, right? So I've got the crochet hat. The crochet hats are a lot faster to work up than the knit hats. That's why I have them. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to probably crochet some more. I mean, right now I have like these ones I need to put tags on today. These are the hats I'm working on now. They're called my chunky beanies. This is, you see how there's a long one? This is a slouchy version. And then you have the shorter version. Because some people like the pom-pom sitting on the top and some people like it slouchy. So I try and do both sizes. And then I might as well show you what else I have sitting here waiting for tags. These are also knit. They really fit your head like a hug. So this one's green. And this is called that succulent color. It's really more green than it looks on the screen. And then this is this beautiful color I found that Beth was talking about the other day, one of the people that follow me. It's sea glass, and it's just got these beautiful colors in. I love it, sea glass. So I thought I had another one here to share. Maybe not. Maybe that's it for them. And then this one here is waiting for pom-poms, because a lot of people, they love these baby ones, but they want them for adults. So every year so far, I've made them for adults. So I've made 2. I've made a gray one and an ivory one, and I need to make big pom-poms and put them on just like the baby ones. 2 pom-poms, like bear hats. So I got that to do. So I got a lot of work to do, right? But I really wanted to do a live. Yeah, and I've got these hats all need tags. So I thought I might as well go live and say hi. Thank you so much, Nana. And do you crochet? Let me know if you crochet. Do any of you watch my videos? Are you subscribed to me? Do you watch the videos? What would you like to see me do a video on? I don't know what your time is where you are. I know here it's heading up. It's lunchtime, 12 o'clock. I'll probably just do this for about an hour. And then I know in England, it's 8 o'clock. In Europe. On the West Coast, it'll be around 3. I never know what the best time is to do lives, because I have people who watch me all over. So, yeah, so recently I've just been uploading a cat hat video and a messy bun hat video. This one is already a video. This is my chunky beanie. I've already got the video up for that. And of course, I don't have videos up for knit hats because I don't have people. I don't do patterns for those. You live in Florida, I know. Well, here in Canada, on the West Coast, it doesn't get really, I mean, it does get cold. It gets minus 11, 15, minus whatever. But there's people that come to the market who are from like Winnipeg or upcountry where it gets to minus 40. And they really like these hats because they're 20% wool. The knit ones are even better than the crochet ones because they don't let any of the cool wind in or the freezing wind. Made a lot of Fair Isle knit hats as well. So that's what it looks like when I get my tag on it. And I got to decide on, maybe I'll do the tag on the other one and then I'll do the pom-poms. Oh, well, if you like amigurumi, there's a beautiful amigurumi pattern free on my blog today. It's by someone from England, Cuddly Stitches Craft. So yeah, if you go to carawaycrochet.com, just type that into your search engine, carawaycrochet.com. The homepage will come up and you'll see the Gifts Galore blog hop. And if you click on that and go down to, oh no, it's tomorrow. Sorry. Is it? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Sorry, it's tomorrow. Today it's a little gnome, but it's kind of amigurumi. It's called a little gifting gnome, and it's got its hands out, so you can put like a little lip balm in its hands, or you can put candy in its hands. It's called a gifting gnome. So that's amigurumi, and then also tomorrow is a beautiful lovely frog. I said that was what today was earlier, but I made a mistake. I just checked it up to make sure everything's working. It's downloadable off of the designer's website. Really easy. Just click on the download button. It appears. You don't have to go through any hoops. You just go there. So go to the Caraway Crochet Gifts Galore blog post, and then either today, day 6, you can get the gifting gnome free, or you can wait till tomorrow if you want the frog lovey. It's really, really cute. Right? So yeah, I got ahead of myself there because every day I have to check that the one for tomorrow is ready. Otherwise, I could get to tomorrow and then they haven't set up the promo and people can't get it free, and then everybody gets all upset because there's no free download. And that's what the whole point of it is. It runs until the 21st. Yesterday it was some cute posters. Make sure I'm saying the right day. So anyway, yeah. And if you want to sign up for my newsletter, I do send out a reminder every day and tell you what the pattern is for the next day. So my tag's on. Thank you, Nana Stace. Yes, I didn't send out a notification to tell people that I was going live. Going live is something that you think, oh, I'll just go live. But actually, checking on the comments and responding and everything, you have to be in the right kind of mood for it, right? Sometimes it's just easier to work while you're watching television or something. Or streaming. I don't actually have any cable. I just have streaming. Yeah, have you checked out my channel, Nana? I don't have much amigurumi on there, but I have got some easy things like a simple headband and a simple messy bun hat. And this chunky beanie is up there. And the underneath the blogs, I actually have a link to where the free pattern is on my blog, so you don't have to watch the whole tutorial. If you want to just go to my pattern on my blog, just click on the more underneath the video, where it has a little bit of a description. You can click on more, and if it's a right-handed video, it will tell you where to find the left-handed video, and then it tells you where to find the free pattern on my blog if I have one there, and it also tells you how you can get it for 30% off on Etsy if you really want to have one that doesn't have the ads in like the blog does. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Nana. Hi, Clary. Welcome. I'm just sewing tags onto my hats that I made last night. I sat up late last night. I'm suddenly realizing I have to be ready for Friday night to go to do the setup, right? I volunteered to go in. It's just I live on a small island, so we all have to pitch in. So I'm going to go open up the community center on Friday night. And I suddenly realized I need to get these hats all ready. But I have lots. So I just realized I didn't have any ivory ones, and I didn't have any oatmeal ones, and I didn't have any ivory ones. So I only made one last night, so I have to make another one of those today. And I thought maybe I can get that done while I'm doing a chat with everybody. Hi. Yeah. And I'm happy you are watching my live. That's really nice when you see that there's a few people here. Somebody gave it a like. That's nice. I'm new to lives. I think this might be my third or fourth one. I can't remember. The first one I did was really bad. The sound was horrendous. Is the sound okay for everybody now? Hopefully. I need to ask that you can hear it okay. But now I do it with my computer and it seems to work much better. Just sew these tags on so they don't come off, right? All of these hats are made with Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. It's 20% wool and 80% acrylic, and they are so super soft and spongy. I just love them. My favorite yarn. And I have a lot of fingerless gloves that I've made, and they're all mostly made using this. Some of them are made with a worsted weight, but most of them are made. Good, that sounds good. That's good. Oh, it's weird, hey. I don't know. Like I do these too to learn because I'm just learning. So that's another one. So they've all got, oh no, this one doesn't. What do you think of this color? This is such a warm, beautiful color for Christmas and that. This is a long one. I love this color. This is a slouchy one. There we go. I have to make sure I'm at the front. So I put these down because they're ready for pom-poms. And this one, I need some more thread. Hi there. I recognize that name, IDK, IDK, IDK. How are you? Thank you. Yeah, they're pretty. It is a pretty color. I think there were two colors that are sort of like this. That window in the back is interfering. That's a really good reflection of the color. One is called Apple Spice, and I think the other one is called Autumn something. I think this might be the Apple Spice, but or another one's called what's the name of that tree in Sequoia. Another one's called Sequoia that looks just like this color, and named after the Sequoia tree, which has nothing to do with this color at all. But maybe the trunk is, or the I like to put a lot of thread in there. I don't have to keep threading the needle all the time. And I'm so happy that I'm in this space now because this space used to be an art studio for me because I used to paint. I built this house myself. It's just still getting finished off. It's mostly finished. There's just a few things that need to be finished off. And because I'm on my own, I kind of built it just for me. And I was really into painting and art. But I started. Well, I would still be into painting and art if I wasn't doing crochet. But I know once I start to do art, I'll stop doing all my crochet stuff. So I need to do this right now because I need to raise some money to pay for my house. So when my kids all came in August, we changed it from an art studio. We moved all my paintings out, all my art supplies out, and we set it up with all my yarn, which used to be in this little room. With my yarn room. So now all my yarn is kind of set up over here. You can see it there. And that table in the back with all the, you can see the yarn and the piles of hats. That's where I shoot my YouTube videos from up above. I've got shelves at the back here. We're going to put a sink in. I've got a fridge and everything waiting. I'm waiting for the countertops to be put on there. And I've got other cupboards on that side of the room that have yarn in them. I've got a rack to hang up my finished garments on. And this is my little chair that I sit in with my work table at the side. So I have a special space just for all my crochet stuff. And I'm very happy because I come upstairs. It means I'm not taking yarn down to my living room and it piles up on my couch and then I have to take it away and then I get it back down. I do all my crocheting up here. Sometimes I take one ball of yarn down to work with at night if I'm watching TV downstairs. Otherwise, I try and keep it all up here so I'm not getting out of control. Does anybody else tell me where you're from? I know that there was a lady here from Tennessee. Nana Stace, whereabouts are you from? Are you in Europe or are you in the United States or Canada or Australia? This is where I have to be careful or else my thread gets knotted and I have a huge long piece of thread. You're from Peru. I remember that. I do. And you've got such a memorable name. Florida. Hi. You are warm. That's why you don't need a hat. Exactly. We kind of envy that. I know there's a lot of people my age do go down to Arizona for the summer, and I think some of them go to Florida. Some go to Mexico. They're called snowbirds. I've never wanted to do that. I'm quite happy. But then I'm living a milder climate here. We do get snow, and it does get a bit cold, but it's not like being in the interior where it gets really cold. I have lived up in 100 Mile House where it was minus 40 in the winter, but it's a different kind of cold. It's not a damp cold, it's a dry cold. And the sun used to shine on the blue sky and the snow crunches under your feet. And it's just, I thought it was fantastic. I used to teach, it was when I was young, went up there. And in the winter, when it was 40 below, the kids would just bring their skates to school and walk down the hill, and somebody would have had it built like a big rink out of wood, like a frame, and then they'd flooded it with water, and we just scraped the snow off of it, and they would just skate in this outdoor rink for PE. It's kind of different. I did have culture shock when I moved up to 100 Mile House because I'd grown up on the Lower Mainland. I didn't know there were actually real cowboys living in British Columbia. And when we got there on the bus, we saw a cowboy leading his horse across the road with his chaps on and everything. This was way back in 1974. So, a long time ago. Oh, Michigan. Hi there, Kaylee. Nice to meet you. You're really close to Canada then. Isn't it part of Michigan that kind of sticks up into Canada or something? It's kind of a weird little spot that kind of a bit like Roberts Creek is in British Columbia here. There's this place called Roberts Creek, which the only way they can get from Roberts Creek to the rest of the states without crossing into Canada is by boat or airplane. These borders are weird. Yeah, you see? I said I have to be careful because I get a tangle and I've got one. There. Oh. You're spoiled. But then you have the winds, right? You have the hurricanes and the tornadoes and all that stuff, which I'm really happy not to have that stuff. I mean, we did have one that came through in the 60s, 68 or 66, something like. No, it wouldn't be 68. It was more like 64, I think, because I slept through it. A tree fell on our house because of it. But luckily, it was just on the corner of the eaves and it didn't go through the roof. But they don't happen very often here. Well, you can see I'm in a metal here. I'm in a metal. This funny little thing that doesn't want to go away. Okay, I think we're good. I think we can go with that. Well, it was really sunny when I woke up this morning, but I think it might be going to cloud over and rain on me. Well, you've been lucky. That's awesome. Yeah, I just hate it when I see the devastation that happens to some people's homes. It's not good. There we go. Yay. That's looking good. There we go. Any of you have any questions about what I'm doing or how I set my yarn room up or anything like that, please just put it in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions. What kinds of things you'd like to see on a live? I not want to sit there watching me do my work. And if you're on any other social media, I am Caraway Crochet on all the social media. So if you want to check out my Instagram or my TikTok or anything like that, my Facebook, it's all Caraway Crochet. Keep it simple. That's my motto. Uh, do I sew by machine? Do I actually like, you mean sewing on a sewing machine? Oh yes, I've done lots of sewing in my life. Because I'm tall and I have these long arms. I did sewing at school, and I had a really amazing sewing teacher. And I had a friend whose mom was a single mom. Her dad passed away when she was 6, and her mom ended up supporting herself and her 3 girls, um, sewing upholstery, like sewing curtains and doing a lot of curtains and seamstress, adjusting people's garments to fit them and all that kind of stuff. She had a serger way back before anybody else had a serger. So she did heavy duty draperies and stuff like that. So she grew up sewing. Her and I are both tall. We're still really good friends. And we sewed, we used to go up to the fabric shop every Saturday and just look at what was in there. And sewed a lot of our own clothes. I sewed my wedding dress, and I sewed 2 bridesmaids dresses back in the day when it was all frilly and big cuffs and stuff in the 70s. And I sewed my daughter's 4 bridesmaids dresses, and I used to make, when pantsuits were huge, I made myself a pantsuit with pockets, tucks and turned up cuffs and a waistcoat and a jacket with lapels and everything. I made winter coats. I used to sew a lot. Now, mainly I sew little project bags for my crochet kits, but I haven't put any up for sale this year because I'm just so busy with YouTube and my blog that the thought of trying to get put together my crochet kits and get to the post office and mail them, there's only so many hours in a day. And I'm really trying to focus on my YouTube channel right now. I just recently qualified to be monetized, which was a massive achievement for me because it took me like probably from when I decided to that I wanted to try and be monetized. It's taken me 3 years to get to that point because you have to have a lot of watched hours to qualify to be monetized. So I don't make much money at it, but if I keep working at it, one day maybe I will. And because my goal is to pay for my house. My house is a bit different to everybody else's house because it's called a cob house. It's made with earthen walls downstairs. Only for crochet. I have crochet sweaters and shorts and a skirt. I'm making a dress that I want to have as a crochet pattern, but I don't have sewing patterns. I can't do everything. And crochet is a passion of mine. I really love doing it. I love doing the designs. I love making beginner friendly things that people can make for themselves and be successful and not intimidated by crocheting a sweater or a, a, a pocket shawl or slippers or something like that. I haven't got a pocket shawl design up. This is what I say, there's not enough time in a day. I've been working on a color block cardigan, which people asked me to do a tutorial for. It must be nearly a month ago now, and I still haven't finished it. I'm ready. I'm at the cuffs of the sleeves. I should get it done, but then the market comes along, right? And I really have to get this stuff made for the market. And I can't just take 6 hours or something to work on my crochet cardigan. So it's a lot of stuff to fit in. What do you like to sew? Do you like to sew dresses? The other thing too, I got my granddaughter a sewing machine a lot for last year. I haven't had time to really spend with her, but she did sewing at school and she's really good and she likes her own styles, you know. Um, but I just want to have some time with her to sit. She lives as far away from me, and I have to go on the ferry and drive to get to her house. But the thing we discovered is fabric is really expensive right now. So, like my friend Peggy, that even when she's sewing curtains and stuff like that, the fabric is so expensive. She's using a lot of hers up to make these cute little dish bowl cozies that you can use for stuff you put in the microwave so you don't burn your hands when you take them out of the microwave, which is a neat idea for Christmas. I have seen crochet bowl cozies. That may be something I can do. I'm wanting to do, last year I did 21-day countdown to Christmas in December. And I was just thinking about it this morning before I got up, whether I should do that again. But that's a daunting to make 21 new patterns. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry. What is the last crochet that I did? Like crochet design? The last design that I posted. I think the last design was posting my pattern for the. I haven't posted it yet. I've posted the video, but I haven't posted the pattern yet for the messy bun hat. But the last design for a garment probably was my color block cardigan. I have 3 waiting to be tested. I have 2 cardigans and a crop um, a cropped cardigan with long sleeves, and it's got the shaped neck. It's the first one I've done with a shaped neck, but I just don't have time to deal with getting it tested, because when you send it out for testing, then you've got like 8 or 9 people that are kindly making your pattern up to see if it works, and you have to keep in communication with them and not solve any problems that come up. And it's a real two-way communication. And when I do it, I want to give it all my attention and my energy. So we're on hold with a cropped sweater. And after the cropped sweater is tested and posted, then I've got to send out my simple cardigan, which is a version of the super simple sweater, which is really popular. And that is actually the next garment that I want to do a video tutorial for after I get my cropped cardigan done. My cropped cardigan is coming along really well. I can show you it. what I have so far. I'm just going to go for 1 second over here. So this is the cropped cardigan that I'm working on. It's different colors to the first one I made, but this is the one that I'm working on for the tutorial. So you can see I'm down to here where I need to do the cuff. I need to go, this is a sleeve, and it's going to be decreased down into the cuff. And then I've done my 2 fronts, so that this is a purple front, and opposite sleeve is purple. This one is a pink front, and the opposite sleeve is pink. So I'm working on this one right now. And when I get down to the bottom, then that one needs to be taken in for the cuff. So I have filmed the tutorial up to this point, but I haven't filmed the cuff part yet. So once I've got down to the bottom of the sleeve, I will then show you how to make the cuff. And then you'll have to go and make the cuff on the other sleeve. And then I will be doing the last part, which is sort of the rib trim that's going to go all up one side, around the back of the neck, and down the other side. So yeah, I got to go down and do the cuff, which will be in a contrasting color. It'll probably be the yellow that's around the bottom. And then I will do the trim. So that's how close I am to being finished the tutorial for this. But the lesson I learned, and I kind of knew it when I was doing it before, is that when I'm making things, I need to do the tutorial at the same time. Otherwise, I end up having to make 2. So this is my second color block cardigan for the tutorial. And it's going to be nice when that one's finished. And then the next one I'm going to do is the super simple sweater. Hi. Oh, you just got done making the messy bun hat and you thought it was easy. Yeah, it is so easy. And it is exactly the same kind of pattern that this one is, except this starts with a, oh, this isn't a good one to show you because it's dark. Dark things don't show up very well. But it's like this is the full beanie version of that hat. Instead of starting with a chain and leaving an opening, you start with a magic circle and you make 12. And then you just do 2 into each of the 12, so you have 24, and then you just work until you've got enough rows of your double crochet with 24 in each round, and then you do the same edging that you did on the messy bun hat. So I'm glad you liked it. And you know, if you look on the tutorial on my YouTube for the chunky beanie, it gives you the link to the free pattern on my blog. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can go and just check out the pattern, because it gives you the details. Thank you. Yeah, I can go and get my messy bun hats and show you my messy bun hats. I'll be gone just a second. So these are the messy bun hats that I've made. This one is black. And here we have one in that same beautiful apple spice, it might be called, or it might be sequoia. But you see how they've got an opening at the top for people's messy bun or ponytail to go through. But there's just the same hat, really, as this, but they don't have the top part. But I hadn't got around to writing that pattern up. It's just time, right? I have the pattern written up now, but I have to write a blog post to go with it. And that's the morning's work. So right now I'm just working on making these for the market. I think this is all I'm going to do for messy bun hats. This one's a burgundy. It's kind of hard to see. It's such a pretty color. And then I've got a gray one. So yeah, they're mostly neutral colors. I haven't done any exciting colors for the messy bun hat. I'm so glad you liked it. I have a Facebook group called Caraway Crochet Community. That's my Facebook group, Caraway Crochet Community. And my Facebook page is Caraway Crochet. Yes, that's exactly what I would have done. I think I might have mentioned that in the video. I can't remember, but it's super bulky yarn. So if you use the Premier yarn cakes and held it double and it worked beautifully. That's so cool. You're so smart. That's what I love about crochet is it's so adaptable, right? There's no right or wrong way. When people get themselves all out of shape about doing it this way or don't make this mistake, it's like, if you've got one stitch too many, you can just decrease in the next row unless it's a super fitted outfit. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so go to if you're on Facebook, Nana, head to groups and just type in Caraway Crochet Community, and then just ask to join. There's a few questions and that you can answer for me, just so I kind of know what you're up to. But you could also, and once you're in, usually everybody's in, just say hi. Are you called Nana Stace on Facebook, or do you have a different name? Sometimes people have different names. So. Yeah, so that's my, okay, I'm getting down here. I'm going to do this one now. I'm going to put the, kind of like this color. I forget what it's called, but it's a different color mix to it. I lose my labels and then I don't really know what it's called, but, and I've lost my needle. That's what happens. Oh, here it is. Okay. Different name, just Stacy. Okay. Say hi. Lots of people share their projects that they're making on there. And we'd love to see your amigurumi stuff. What I make out of amigurumi, I use other people's patterns, right? So I actually have like a podcast on here sharing where you can find the patterns for making the octopus that I make, the whale that I make, the mushrooms that I make, and the chickens. I send you either to the free patterns on the designer's blog or to where they're for sale in Etsy if they don't have free patterns available. Not everybody does. I love the Mabel Chicken by Oak and Marlowe. Send everybody over to her. She's also Canadian. And I love the Chunky Boys, the mushrooms. And so I send you to that lady who has that PDF available. Comes in 3 different sizes. And I'm debating whether or not to try and make any for this Christmas craft fair or not, because there's only so much room on a table, right? And I've got a lot of hats. I still want to make some special knit hats. I have a special knit hat that has fir trees all around it, and one that looks like a buffalo plaid hat that I have to make. I think I'm working on them tonight downstairs. I have to make the pom-poms for these adult pom-pom hats that I've made, knitted. Double pom-pom hats for grown-ups. They love them. Isn't that beautiful when that happens? Yes, I know what you mean, that kind of fluffy yarn. I had some of that. Faux fur yarn or something it's called, faux yarn. And it's really tricky to see where the holes were. I know. You have to kind of feel it. When they're showing you on the video and they just kind of feel where it is and find it. I couldn't find them that easily. But it's nice to know that she's still wearing it. That's great. My hats come back year after year. I see people wearing my hats. They come to the craft fair at the community center and they bought their hats 2 years before. And it really makes you feel good when you know that your stuff is lasting and keeping them warm and awesome. Yes. Whereabouts are you, Écouteur handmaids? Are you in Canada or the States, or whereabouts are you? I do, because I live on an island, I have no yarn shops. But I can go when I'm over, if I go over to the big island, I go to Victoria, they have a Michael's, or if I go visit my daughter who lives on the mainland, then I go to Michael's there. But if I'm on the island here and I need anything, I can just order it from Michael's online, or I can order it from another company called Yarn Canada, and they deliver it pretty quick to the island. So that's good. The last time I was over for Thanksgiving in October, Canadian Thanksgiving, I they had a sale on like I think it was three for the price of two or something like that, and I got a lot of Lion Brand yarn. I mean, I got a lot. I think I've got a video of it somewhere. I've got myself with two massive bags, and I did go back and get even more. So yeah, it's addictive. I only do the two craft fairs for Christmas. I do the Made on Main, which is this weekend, and I do the Mistletoe Market, which is the I think it's the 2nd of December, something like that. It's a Saturday, just one day. But this weekend it's for 2 days. We can only fit around 15 tables in the community center. But the thing is, as I said before, it's an artist's tour. So people who are coming over to the island for the long weekend can go, they get a map and they can go visit all the artists' studios in their homes, and they can go and check out the people's pottery and all of that kind of stuff. Right now, I don't have them coming to my home. I go to the community center, which hosts several different crafters' tables. But I do have a driveway now. I just got my driveway finished last month. And I have a beautiful rock staircase down from outside down to my door. So that's exciting. So maybe next year, you never know, I might actually have a studio tour. Be kind of exciting. My threads are being, so how do you get them? Oh no, we haven't got any time for that. For your next video time, can you show us how to crochet a woman's long dress? My grandmother made me one, but she is no longer with me, and I want to learn how to do it on my own. Have you Googled, searched on YouTube to see how to make a long dress? There's somebody, what's she called, who makes beautiful things. I might try and find them and maybe share it in my, if you go to my, if you subscribe to my channel and you go to my home page for my channel, on the top there are tabs across the top, and if you click on community, I can put little updates in there, and I may be able to find something. But I would search YouTube. There's no way I'm going to be making a long dress at this point in time. For me, I can't even get the little mini dress that I want done. So, and I've got, like I say, three two cardigans and a sweater and another sweater that have to come first. So I won't be able to do it. But if you look on YouTube, I'm sure somebody has got how to make a long dress. And I will look as well because there's somebody, a beautiful woman with curly hair that makes gorgeous bralettes and clothes. And I'll see if I can share that in my community um, post with for you. Okay, I'll try and do that when I'm finished today after I've had my lunch. And our local arts community, couture handmaids, is there are, I think actually, to be honest, there was a bit of a fracture between artists, painters, but it's all been healed right now. And we have the Arts Council, and we also work together because there's several islands grouped together called the Southern Gulf Islands. So we all have our own Arts Council for the whole Southern Gulf Islands. And we all pull together, like I'm volunteering to open up the community center and lock it up and do the cleanup and everything. And it's a very volunteer driven community. And we're really lucky. It's a real shame when people let their egos get involved in the arts. It's not a good thing at all. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. How do I do that? Hi there. We're getting lots of people on now. This is nice. Yes, that's all I can suggest to you about the dress is to search YouTube because I know I'm not going to be able to do it. Oh my goodness. Whereabouts do you live? At Couture. Are you in Canada, or in France? Um, Hi there. Thank you. They're just drugstore glasses. They're just reading glasses. Or northern Minnesota. Oh, that's strange. Hey, why does that happen? Hmm. You're from Italia, and you're in Alberta. Hi, Camden. Yeah, I have been out in Alberta because I've driven across. I've gone in the Greyhound bus across Canada. So I did stop in Edmonton and Calgary and Banff. We got out the bus in Banff so we could go through the mountains during the daytime. But it's a long way across Canada in the bus. Yeah, it's like I grew up in Canada, but then I moved to England at 17. My parents were English, and we moved to England, and then I came over when I got married when I was 23, and we came across Canada in on the Greyhound, and we couldn't believe we left Toronto and we traveled all day, and we hadn't even, I think by the time we got to Thunder Bay or Sault Ste. Marie, we weren't even out of Ontario yet. It's just massive. Yeah, quite the journey. A small former mining town where the bosses didn't want anyone getting along. Right, exactly. Oh, no union. Yikes. My granddad was a miner in Yorkshire, in England, a coal miner. But Yorkshire and England were very strong unions. And he said the best day he can remember as a miner was the day they got showers so they didn't have to walk home covered in black coal dust. And he actually was involved in a fall, but he stood against the wall, flattened his back against the wall, so he just lost some toes off of one foot where the coal landed. He was very lucky. Yeah, that's divisive, right? So hard. And that's generations, right? That just travels down the generations. That's the sad thing about stuff like that. It's generational. So I grew up with my dad, who was also from the north of England, and he was very strong union too. He worked in industry pattern making, which is funny. He was a pattern maker, and I'm a pattern maker, but two different kinds of patterns. Well, it's a long way. It's a long way. It's like living in England and going to Turkey. I don't know, even farther than that. Oh, thank you. This is my scrappy, happy scrappy sweater, I think, or super scrappy fit sweater. I don't know. And then I put fringes on it because I wanted to. And it's a pattern free on my blog. This pattern is on my blog. Happy scrappy sweater, I think it's called, or the super scrappy sweater. One of those two. And I have this oversized sweater and the happy hippie sweater. I have a tutorial for the happy hippie sweater on YouTube, and I have the free pattern on my blog, and it's also available on Etsy. I have this super scrappy or happy scrappy sweater, which I haven't done a tutorial for yet, but the pattern is free on my blog, or you can get it on Etsy. And then I have a happy hippie cardigan, which I don't have a tutorial for, but which is a free pattern on my blog. And then I have the color block cardigan, which I have on my blog for free and also is on Etsy and Ravelry, but I'm working on the tutorial. The tutorial is nearly done. Then I have a super simple sweater, which is a free pattern, but I have to do the tutorial for that. I'm working my way through getting all my sweaters into tutorials. That's kind of my goal at the moment. And then I do the little quickie tutorials like the messy bun hat and the cat hat, just because I can do those quickly. I did post my slippers, which is really cool. I've got my slippers tutorial up on my YouTube now. So I'm just diligently working as hard as I can to get all these patterns that I have on my blog posted as tutorials on my YouTube channel. That's kind of what I'm working on. Thank you. I like fringes too. One of the things that I've always wanted, and I really regret because now I'm really kind of old to do it, was I love those suede jackets that had the fringes like this. Fringes across here and fringes along the back of the yoke, and then fringes on the arm. And my dream has always been to have one of those beautiful suede fringed jackets, but I've never found one that I could afford. So yeah, interesting. My favorite color is well, I go between red and yellow. Hi Gerlinda. I took down, I think you commented on my back loop only video that I just uploaded a right-handed version of it, and I took it down because you're right, it's not very good focus. I think that's you. I recognize your name, I think. I hope so. Anyway, yeah, what you can do is you'll cut all your pieces the same length, but they're not going to come out the same. So you can just lay it down and just trim across it like you're cutting bangs or a fringe on your hair. Yeah. I did a big fringe. Here, look at this. This is a scarf. I'm going to lose my needle again if I'm not careful. This is a granny square scarf that I made years ago, and it's just beautiful. But I've never really done anything with it. But look at the fringe on here. It's incredible. And I just trimmed it. Yeah. It's when in the days of the super scarves, right? So it's massive and huge, but it's a yarn inspiration pattern. It's not my pattern. So maybe I'll take it to the market and see if I can sell it this week. That would be kind of cool. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. And I have a big fringe on my Happy Hippie scarf, which is it's on a mannequin. You can't really see it. But I do have a tutorial up for the Happy Hippie scarf if you want a nice, fun project as a scarf. Oh, that's great, Camden. Congratulations. My granddaughter's 16, but she doesn't really she's not into crochet. But I got her a sewing machine, and I think she's going to use that. We just need a bit of time because I live far away to sit down and work on some projects. We got fabric last year for pajama bottoms for her, so I think we'll probably make those over the Christmas holiday this year. So getting all tangled up with my stuff here. So yeah, Camden, I don't know if you've checked out I've got several really simple patterns like the headband and the cat hat and the messy bun hat. But there's also fingerless gloves, which is really their simple pattern. They just use single crochet. So if you can find some Lion Brand woolies thick and quick in wherever you live in Alberta, that would be great. Yes. So let's see. I've got that one done, that one done. That one's done. Okay, I think I'm ready to do some pom-poms. Or did I not? No, I don't. I need to do these. I need to put the tags on these knit hats. If you weren't here earlier, these are knit one, purl one hats. They're called Noku beanies. I got the pattern off of forget her name. Shmeeny Beanie, I think is her name. Right now, what I'm working on is getting all my stuff made for the market. So I've made a lot of these hats. And these are the Chunky Beanie tutorial that's on my channel. And if you click on the more, it tells you where to find the free pattern if you don't want to watch the whole tutorial. But the Chunky Beanie is on my channel here. So I made like a lot of these. They sell really well at the market and they're really fast to make. But you need to get a big Q hook. That's a 15mm hook, Camden. And then you need super bulky yarn. It's like this. This is Woolies Thick and Quick. And there's all different colors you can get for that, which is really nice. And so I've been making those. And I've just been busy sewing tags on them. And then I crocheted a lot of messy bun hats. These are the ones that my latest video tutorial shows you how to make these, where your ponytail or your messy bun can come out of the top of your head. So I've been working on them. I'm going to start today, after I've done all my tags and pom-poms, I'm going to start to make some of my simple headbands, which is another pattern that's on YouTube here. And maybe I can put links under the live. I don't know if you can do that or not. If I have a comment, if I can go into the lives when it's posted later and add the links, but I could do that. Just some of the easy ones. I also have a video I posted called my 10 quick and easy favorite projects. So that might be useful to you, Camden. 10 quick and easy projects that you can work on. Thank you so much, Camden. And if you do anything and you want to share it, I have a crochet group on Facebook called Caraway Crochet Community. And that's where people can send pictures of things that they've made. You're welcome. Somebody just made their first ever short and chunky fingerless gloves. I'll show you what they look like, unless I move them. I might have moved them. Oh, here. It fell off. But they look like this. They're short and chunky fingerless gloves, and they have a cuff, and they have a little hole where your thumb goes through, right? These might be a small, I don't know if these will fit on my hand. Oh yeah, there we go. So this is what they look like. So they're just short and chunky fingerless gloves, all single crochet with some back loop only. No, just all single crochet. No back loop only at all on these ones. If you want a back loop only cuff, there's another pattern called the Oh So Cozy Fingerless Gloves. But literally, this is just made with single crochet. And there is a tutorial for left and right-handed people, 2 different tutorials on my YouTube channel for short and chunky fingerless gloves. These are great for the market too. They are easy, super easy. So many people say, I wish I could crochet. And I'm thinking, well, you could crochet. Just start doing it. It's funny. Okay, let me find another tag. I need a tag. Here we go. So for these, I put the tag between the rows like this. So they kind of go up and down. I have the C at the top. That's the only way I can figure out how to put them on these knit hats. Oh, I don't do markets. Markets happen here on my island from the long weekend in May to the October long weekend we have for Easter at the beginning of October, around the 8th to 10th of October. So we have a May to October market every Saturday on our island, which I go to when I can. And then we have 2 Christmas markets. So I just do the 2 Christmas markets here. I don't go anywhere else and do any Christmas markets. I haven't got time to be making that much product. It's why I don't sell things online. People say, why don't you sell them online? My real thing is designing the patterns. Like I said earlier, it's really hard. I've got 3 patterns waiting to be tested, but I just don't have the time to send them out to testers right now because I need to have time to be speaking with them, discussing and troubleshooting and doing all of that. And when I'm trying to upload regular video tutorials and new patterns to my blog, I'm running the Gifts Galore blog hop right now. I can't, like, working to create all these patterns for the 2 markets here is all I can cope with. I couldn't possibly be doing a huge market in Vancouver and one in Victoria. It would probably be great, but I just have to say I only have so many hours in a day. And that's why I'm kind of doing a live while I'm working, because I need to get this work done, but I needed to be doing a live for you guys. So it's and it's fun because I get to talk to you while I'm working instead of just sitting there watching something on television. So Camden, what would you like to see? What would you like to make that you haven't made yet that you would like to see me show you if you think that's something I could do? Or do you have lots of other places where you go to get all your crochet ideas from? Crochet bandanas are really popular for some of the young people. And I do have a tutorial for how to make a granny square bucket hat. That was very popular. Oh, you're lucky. You got a grandma that shows you. That's so cool. Maybe I'll try and get Kayla into I did teach her how to knit. Just making beanies is fun, and there's so many great designs out there. I do have a slouchy beanie that's made with thinner yarn, just the regular worsted weight yarn. I think it's in the other room though, but that's a nice crochet tutorial that I have here. No, I do it all by myself. I carry it in, I set it up, I carry it out. There, this mitten here does not have any seams. It's just made in the round. I don't actually do any mittens where I have to seam it. I've got another more lacy. Oh, it's over there. I think I'm not going to get up and show you, but I have one called the Alice fingerless gloves, and they're made in the round too. If they're lacier, they're made with a 4-weight yarn, and this kind. They're just made with a regular yarn like this, right? Worsted weight or an Aran in England. And they're lacy, and they don't have a seam in either. I don't want a seam. I try and make things that I can do quickly for the market. Like all my hats pretty much are in the round. The only thing that I make that you have to sew together are the sweaters and the cardigans. Yeah, I do make the stuffed animals. I've made the chickens. I've got a video on here if you want to see it that shares my chickens that I make from Oak and Marlow's pattern, and also I make octopus out of this bees. The bees. But I have a couple of videos on here where I share in the comments underneath the video links to who has the octopus pattern for you on the blog, where to find the bee pattern, where to find the whale pattern. It's free on somebody's blog. Where to find the Etsy listing for Oak and Marlow. I have all that information underneath. If you check out a couple of them back, they're kind of called podcasts or something like that. Yes. Yes, I can imagine. You need to cover up your hands completely. Here it's quite mild, and the fingerless mitts are really good because you can use your phone while you've got them on, right? That's when I first got into fingerless mitts. When I was traveling in Europe, uh, nearly 10 years ago now, and I was having to take off my gloves all the time to take photographs when I was in France. And so I got some fingerless mitts, and that's when I got kind of turned on to them. So I just take pictures and not have to keep taking my gloves on and off. But if it's really, really cold, they're not practical. And I did just see some made with granny squares, and I thought I might try a chunky granny square. But you see, that's what happens. I see something that I'm not supposed to be doing, and I get sidetracked. But you have to have some fun time, right? And they had a little bit of a base thumb, not a whole thumb, but. And I did do a mittens pattern, but I never had it tested, and I never published that either. So I have a lot of patterns that I have not had tested and published. Oh, good. Yes. YouTube is amazing. I learned so much from YouTube too. Well, this is good. I've got pretty much, I think I could probably do the tags. You see, who'd have thought it would take me like all this time to just sew on wooden tags? I do like to leave some without pom-poms because not everybody does want a pom-pom. And I can always take the pom-poms off for them at the market if they need them off, if they don't want a pom-pom. And I take some spare pom-poms that if people do want a pom-pom on the hats that don't have pom-poms, I can attach a pom-pom for them. Oh, that's so nice, Camden. Yeah. Well, I live on my own, so you're like my company too. So this is how the tags look on my knitted hats. And then these hats are so stretchy. They don't look like they're that big, but they really are beautiful, right? Yeah. So now I'm going to sew tags on my two hats that are going to have pom-poms on me. Double pom-pom grown-up hats. That's what these are going to be, double pom-pom grown-up hats. Okay, I think I know what that is. I think I'm going to just check because I think that's what my friend makes. Yeah, Kippa, I've seen my friend. I have a friend called Noor's Knits, and she makes these hats. I've seen you on Instagram too. I think I follow you at Couture. You wouldn't want to be putting labels on those things. I agree with you. I don't put them on everything too. Yes, I do. Yes, I've seen them. And oh yeah, Malka's okay. She makes a different type. Yeah. So I'm sure I follow you on Instagram. You called. You're saying your name looked familiar to me when you first popped up there. Are you called Ecouture Handmade on Instagram or are you Ecouture? That's what I thought. I knew I recognized your name. Hmm. Well, I'm going to make sure later. I can't find it right now. I shouldn't be on Instagram when I'm on YouTube. So anyway, I'm going to start sewing on my last couple of things here. But I recognized the name, and the other thing is I recognized the style of crochet that you were doing because I was fascinated with it when I first saw it. Something brand new for me. That's the thing, crochet. Wow, you can do anything. Anything. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm on an island off of the West Coast. It's between Vancouver, the city of Vancouver on the mainland, and Vancouver Island, which is an island that has the city of Victoria on it. It's quite a big island. It's actually bigger than England and Scotland combined. It's a huge island. So in between Vancouver Island and Vancouver, there are loads and loads of what they call Gulf Islands. And some of them are called the Southern Gulf Islands, which is what my island is. It's one of the Southern Gulf Islands. And then there's the Northern Gulf Islands. And then there are yeah, lots of islands, little islands in between Vancouver and Vancouver Island. And I'm about an hour and a half on the ferry from Vancouver. And if I have a straight through ferry to Victoria, to Schwartz Bay, I have an hour away that way. So I'm kind of in the middle. And it's a Southern Gulf Island. So it's small. We've only got about 1,000, maybe 1,200 people on the whole island. It's very small. And that's why there's a lot of volunteering happening, and it's a very close community. You have to help one another out, right? So this is going to be a double pom-pom adult hat that I've just put my tag on, and I'm going to be putting a pom-pom on each side once I get my pom-pom maker out. And here's a great one. I made a great one. I always like to find out where I started the work. Okay. And here's my other needle. I've got 2 needles on the go here. I'm going to put this tag here. Oh, right, it is. Oh, you lived in Southwest Washington State. Yes, it's very warm. Same here. 2 weeks of winter. Well, we have a little bit more than that, but yeah, we have our winters. I mean, like right now, it's sunny outside. It's a beautiful day. We've had a lot of rain in the last few days, but we probably won't get our first frost till late November. And it does snow sometimes in December, but sometimes it doesn't, right? And January and February are really our coldest seasons. Thank you, Nana, for being here. Oh, grandchildren are perfect. That's so sweet. You're lucky. Yeah. No, I know Alberta gets really cold too. It's because you're away from the ocean. If you live near the ocean, you tend to get nicer weather, a bit warmer. I don't know. It's kind of nice, Camden, because it's a different kind of cold, right? It's a dry, and you get that crunchy snow and the bright blue sky, and that is kind of nice. Where here we get a lot of rain and it's damp cold and it chills your bones. Come on, my knot's not growing. I need a bigger knot. You've got lots of snow outside right now? Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, I don't want any snow for a while. I have to go over to Victoria next week for just a doctor's appointment and also to get my car looked at because right now my passenger window is not opening and shutting, and neither does my driver's side, but it's kind of been just shut, permanently shut. It's been somebody put a wrench in there or something and did manage to make it so that it stays shut. But my passenger window is covered in plastic right now. Oh, poor little kids would be freezing. Yeah, my memories of Halloween are being soaked. It just used to rain. Where I grew up on the I grew up on the mainland. I didn't grow up on an island. And it was about 25 miles out of Vancouver, up the Fraser Valley. And it used to be called Rainy Haney because it rained so much. And that's all I remember about Halloween is it just raining and everybody's costumes being absolutely drenched. But 10 degrees is so cold because then you have to wear huge coats underneath your costume. Yeah, that's all I'm going to sew tags on right now. So that's kind of nice. I got that done with you guys. I might do a few pom poms. Put my stuff away so I don't lose it. And then I surprise myself because I go looking for things and they're always where they're supposed to be. Was your Halloween pretty chill? My grandchildren are 16 now, and my grandson is just turning 14, and they got dressed up because here in where they live in Mission, kids still go around and trick or treat with their buddies. So he was a hot dog, and she was some kind of that big white Jack Skeleton face mask. Yeah. Did you get dressed up, Camden? Here on Main Island, what they do, I didn't go, but they have at the fire hall, there's a big field, and they light a big bonfire for Halloween. They have everybody who wants to have trick or treaters come. They make a map up of all the places on the island that are going to be open for welcoming trick or treaters in. And then they also have um, the shops downtown all set up for trick or treating so kids can go around the shops. So they had fireworks at the fire hall with the big bonfire, and they had hot chocolate and hot dogs. And it was a real big community gathering down at the fire hall. Oh, that's a great idea. I was just watching the documentary on Beckham, and he's married to one of the Spice Girls. Which one were you? My daughter, my youngest daughter, loved the Spice Girls. She was at that age when they first came out. She's in her 30s now. That's how long ago they were out. Ginger Spice, perfect. So much personality, right? She had a lot of personality. There was baby and sporty and posh. Baby, sporty, posh, ginger. The other one. Oh, maybe there was just four. I thought there were five. Do you know the name of the other one? Ginger, sporty, posh, baby. And there was that girl that had the black curly hair. Scary. That's right. I was just trying to think she's fierce with her black curly hair. That's right. They were great. And I was teaching when they were out, and I remember I taught music at the time for K to grade sevens, and we used to do a lot of like do posters for your favorite pop group or whatever, and we had loads of posters for Spice Girls all around the classroom. All the kids drawing those, and I used to have them design album covers for makeup bands or their favorite bands and the information you needed to include on an album cover and all that kind of stuff, as well as playing music and singing and listening to music. It was fun. Yeah, so let me see. I'm going to pick some pom-poms. Oh, is this? Yeah, I'm going to pick some pom-poms. So I have a basket full of pom-poms. Look at this. I used to be a storyteller and I used to have a whole box full of. Yeah, look at these. So I have this kind of brown color. Oh, what instrument do I play? I grew up playing the piano, but I stopped playing the piano at 15. So you kind of lose the piano if you don't keep playing the piano. So then I started guitar when I was 18, and I used to do a lot of. That's when I started writing songs and being a singer-songwriter. And then when I got probably in my around 30, I learned the mandolin. I got the mandolin and a penny whistle, and then I was folky. And then my daughter went to Ireland. We used to sing and play together. So she went to Ireland and she got a bouzouki, which is like a big, more like, but it's tuned like a mandolin. So I didn't have to learn another instrument. I just played the same chords as a mandolin. And then my daughter played the penny whistle and the accordion and the djembe drum. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a drum. But I'm showing you my pom-poms. Look at this. Are they pretty? These are all made by somebody in the Lower Mainland. She used to be in Maple Ridge, but I think she's moved to Abbotsford or Chilliwack. She's called Warehouse 2020. So if you want any beautiful small business made pom-poms, she's the person to go to. They're great. And you can get bulk orders from them if you want to make a lot of stuff. So I have to choose a color for this one. And I think I'm going to just go with a brown for this one. So I'm going to go with this brown one. I like to get the super big ones because they're expensive, but they make your hats look really special. But I might have to put my hats up this year because the cost of my pom-poms has gone up. It used to be $6, and I think now they're $8.99. But we'll see. I don't like to put my prices up. It's, just a small community, so. Yeah, that's what I'm just talking about. My hats have been at the same price. These hats that I'm making right now have been at the same price for probably 4 or 5 years. And that's what I'm saying. Like the yarn price has gone up and the pom-poms definitely have gone up. But they've been $35. I sell my crochet hats for $35. And I sell the baby hats like this for newborns for 20. And I sell the knit hats, these knit hats, because knitting hats takes longer. I sell them for 40. And it doesn't matter if there's a pom-pom or not. They're 35 and 40. But I'm thinking I might put these ones up to 40 just because of the way everything's gone up. I don't know. I'll wait till the day and decide. I have a hard time putting prices up. But people have never, ever questioned the price of what I charge. It's a pretty good price, really. Yeah, I'm still here, Mary Beth. Oh, dear. That's Canadian dollars, too, remember? Oh, good luck with your learners. My granddaughter just got hers. Good luck. Bye, Camden. Uh, you know what? I'm not going to be sitting here making stuff. You see how long it is just putting the tags and the pom-poms on. I don't have enough time to be making stuff and selling them for the cost of the yarn. Um, I'm not going to do it. And I'm lucky Main Island. I mean, they value artisans, and we get a lot of tourists will come on the weekend of the long weekend, or people are doing their Christmas shopping. That they know what my prices are. I might leave them the same for the Christmas just because they expect it to be that price. Like, I don't know. But never when I started did I ever want to just lowball the price. I'd rather them just not buy them, and I pull the thing apart and make something else with the yarn. The thing about crochet is you can always repurpose it, right? Just because you made it into a hat doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You can just take the pom pom off, take off your tag, and take it apart and make something else. So yeah, that's kind of my mentality about it. I know that in the States there's a lot of areas where people just expect you to make things for nothing, but I think the thing that I sell the cheapest that I make just because people do enjoy them, and I have the luxury of being able to do things like that once in a while for people, is make the dishcloths, because dishcloths do take a while, but I only charge $5, and I know that. But you see, the way that I rationalize it too, I don't know if you make things to sell, but these hats are made with a Q hook and a super bulky yarn, 6 yarn. So these hats take around half an hour to 40 minutes to make, right? So I sell them $35. There's the price of the pom pom, which I think these are $8.99, and there's my tags, which I have to buy, and the yarn. So I make that pretty quickly for half an hour, and if I can sell it for $35, that's great. And then if something takes longer, like this one, which is a knit hat, it'll take over 2 hours to make, and then I have to make the yarn pom-poms and sew everything on. But I sell this for 40, so it kind of balances out, because the things that get made quick, like these fingerless gloves, I sell for 20, and they don't take that long to make, right? So I just sort of, I don't charge exactly what the time it is to make something, because this is worth $35 Canadian, right? And then I can offset that I might make extra money on this one because it takes me twice as long to make, or 3 times as long, 4 times as long to make one of these, because knit hats are take a long time to make. So that's kind of my reasoning behind that. Does that make sense? Yeah, but it's Canadian dollars, so Canadian dollars go farther for us, because what we buy is in Canadian dollars too, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. I know when I had them on my Etsy shop, I charged more because then that included the shipping. I'm not having to pay shipping or anything, right? They're coming and they're buying them and they're taking them away. And if I can sell this for $40, that's a good price in Canadian dollars for me. I did try selling on Etsy, but I just can't deal with it. To ship anything from Canada, it costs you 18 to $20. So it's ridiculous. So that's what I did on Etsy. I added that into my costs and I was selling them for what American hats sell for American dollars when I was on Etsy. But I just can't deal with it. It's too much hassle for me. I'd just rather sell at the market, keep my stress level down. Yeah, US dollars, it's funny, right? It's a change. It's what you're used to living on. Yes, I never make anything other than hats and gloves because you can't afford to sell what sweaters and stuff. People ask me about it. I sell bralettes. I make bralettes up and I sell my bralettes for 45 bucks. Um, but I've seen people selling hats on Etsy in American dollars for 25 American dollars. It's ridiculous, right? I don't know how they do that. But my yarn here, I get my yarn on sale. So if I to make one of these, I buy it. I think it's regular $8, and when I get it on sale, maybe it's $4 for the yarn, and I can sometimes get nearly two hats out of one of those skeins, and then I have the price of my pom pom. So that's 10. So I'll be making $25 for half an hour's work. Yes, they kill you, right? Those hobbyists, they just people don't realize they're a different thing. And this is just a sideline for me. What I do at the market, I want to serve my community, provide them with beautiful gifts, handmade gifts that they can buy at a reasonable cost. That's good for me. It gets me out because I'm at home all day on my own. So I get out there in the community and I have people just to chat with and talk to and reconnect with. They come from last year's people come and say hi again. So it's a real social thing for me too. So there's lots of different ways of being rewarded for doing your crochet, right? Okay, so that's a pom-pom. I put it on. Ta-da! So it's complete. This is the slouchy beanie. And this is a shorter one. I think I'm going to go with the same pom-pom. I hate snap-on pom-poms. I'm not a fiddly person. I don't like fiddly stuff. I tie mine on, and if they want them to come off at the market, I take them off. I'll sit there and unpick the darn things. I put them on way too strong, but I am not going to be sitting there sewing snaps onto the bottom. That just adds so much more time. And fiddly. I just don't do fiddly. It's like I couldn't get into jewelry. I bought all the stuff to try and make jewelry, but I can't be dealing with the little lobster claws and everybody has their strengths, right? And that's what's wonderful about the world. People who want to do that can do that, and people who don't want to do that don't have to do that. My friend makes jewelry all the time. She sits there and beads the most beautiful, amazing things. And I just couldn't. It's like I write songs, but I'm not really a top instrumentalist, right? And somebody would say, well, if you tried hard, you could be a better instrumentalist. And I say, well, if you tried hard, you could write a song. Everybody has their own talents, right? That's why we were all around. If everybody did the same thing, we wouldn't be, it wouldn't be the same, would it? So I do what I do. And my thing is really happy to make beginner stuff friendly patterns that let people start to learn how to crochet. I was a teacher for years, so I think, my tutorials are very helpful and clear to follow. And if I'm not what somebody wants, then there's so many other people out there that can fill their needs. That's kind of my philosophy. Yeah, I know they can, but they can also wrap them in a plastic bag and and wash them by hand. So it's up to them. How many times you put a hat in the wash? I don't, but maybe you do in Minnesota. But you can just, you know, find a way. I haven't really had anybody complain that hats, unless you're a farmer and out there in the, you know, on the farm, and you probably don't want a pom pom hat for that. Most people just sponge wash them or hand wash them, and you can put your pom pom into a bit of Saran wrap or wrap a bag around it or something. Okay, so what do we got here? We got some loose ends. I guess I'm just too old for fussing around, right? I just want to get it done. Not many benefits to being old. So you get to choose what you're going to do. I think that's it. I didn't expect to be on this long. But I'm getting lots done, which is very cool. Are there any other crocheters that haven't said hi yet, who haven't said where they're from, who have any questions about what I'm doing, or if you've got anything you'd like to see on my YouTube channel? Fort Worth, Texas, and another Pamela. I'm a Pam. Always been called Pam. I think the only time I ever get called Pamela by my parents was when I was in trouble. It was Pamela Mary when I was in trouble. My dad had an expression that's from the north of England, I think, that was, "You're heading down Trouble Street." And I heard that a lot. Pamela Mary Carr, you're heading down Trouble Street. Yeah. Ah. What would he think now if he could see what I'm doing? He was alive when I used to sing and perform and stuff. He always used to be scared for me, I think, that I would be hurt by it, but I never was. I think he was just grew up to be too shy about that stuff. Since he passed away, I did my painting and yeah. Okay, that's another one. So we got a short one and a long one. Chunky beanies. As I said, there's a tutorial for these on my YouTube channel. Now, should I go, how many? I wonder if I should do a fun pink one for an adult or not. Do you think that's silly?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Pamela Joe. But that's when you were in trouble, right? Yeah. Well, my parents, I was their first child, and I was born to them when they came out after the war to Canada, and I was born in 1950, and they were in Vancouver. So they were 6,000 miles away. They were actually both the youngest of huge families. So my mom had a twin in England. They were 7 and 8 in their family. They're the ones that had the coal miner father. And then my dad was the youngest of about seven from the north of England. Um, and there they were, 6,000 miles away from all their family. My poor mom had a being pregnant and having me in this foreign country, like culture shock. And she had 6 sisters, and none of them were with her, right? She must have been so lonely. And they called me Pamela Mary. And in my baby book, they called me Pamela Mary because it was the sweetest name they could think of, which was so sweet. But I just wonder, having had my own kids, how hard that must have been. And I know that they all sent her baby dresses for me, all of her sisters. But that was way back. They didn't even have phone conversations with people in those days. They used to write letters. I am putting the purple on just for fun. I have people that come that just like to have the quirky ones, right? So I'll make another white one that doesn't have a fancy one on it. Yeah, like I put a pink one of these pink ones on a hat the other day. I think it's over here. Here's another one for the extroverts, right? I have to make some light pinks. But when I went to Michael's last time when I was over on the mainland, they didn't have a lot of light pink yarn. I had an order for a hat from the market that had to go all the way up to the Queen Charlotte Islands, which is now called Haida Gwaii. And I was getting scared. I had to go to 2 different Michaels to try and find the pink. Yeah. Funnily enough, I've never been a hat person. But I'm having to put them on for some of my TikToks and YouTube shorts and Instagram reels. And actually, I'm quite enjoying wearing them. But it's funny because I don't normally wear hats. Berets. I used to like berets. Well, maybe I should do a beret design. The thing is, there's always something else to do, right? I'm glad you like the colors. That's great. Well, thank you everybody for keeping me company today. This has been really nice. Oh, what if you have a really long scarf that can pull up at the back? Sometimes you can wear them like a snood. I have a what's it? It's super long anyway. I have a super long scarf. Forget the name of it. It's one of the first patterns I posted, and that you can wrap up over your head. And I've done a pocket shawl, a hooded pocket shawl, which is on my blog. It's called the Harmony Hooded Pocket Shawl.
And that's really nice. It's got long with pockets in, and then it's got a beautiful hood that goes over the top. Okay, so here we go. Ta-da! That's a fun one. Looks cool with the pink. These hats are tricky because they actually fit like a preschooler. They're odd design. They're very, very versatile. Well, it's nearly 2 o'clock. I've been on here nearly 2 hours. I think I might have to stop and go and get myself something to eat for lunch and give you guys a chance to get away. Yeah, like a snood. That's right. Oh, that's a good idea. I have some of those too. I remember the days I used to go to the yarn store and buy knitting patterns when I used to live in England. Yeah. Hi, Pamela. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Pamela. It's great. And thank you, Ecouture, Handmade, and Gerlinda, and everyone who's joined me today. I think this is kind of a good space to be in. Sitting like this seems to be the right position, and I get to work comfortably, so that's a good way to do it. And thing about old patterns, though, is that they often don't give you the kind of yarn. They don't do yarn weights the way we do now. You know, when I was looking at some for old hippie shorts and stuff, they don't really give you the yarn weights the same as we have them now. So sometimes figuring out what yarn it is and what hook sizes I need is a bit of a challenge, but it's all good. So thank you very much, everybody. Take care. I hope to see you again soon. I might come on again later this week to show you everything I've got made for the market. I do want to knit some of those special hats with the fir trees on and the buffalo plaid. And I really enjoyed visiting with all of you. And thank you very much for being here. And take care of yourselves and happy crochet.